Good morning. It's Sarah. The third morning that I'm doing this journey or experiencing this journey, and I'm here this morning to talk a little bit more about the Course in Miracles. And I just said a prayer this morning and asked for the right words and exactly the right things to say. And again, I'm going to trust that. It's the first time in my life I've been trusting without a plan. And so this morning I was just going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to read you the preface to the book, to this course, and I think it's important to know what it's going to talk about. And I'm just going to dive in. I don't know. I'm having a problem with just diving into this. I don't want it to be. See, I'm already trying to figure out what it's going to be and how it's going to be and affect other people. So, but I guess my guidance is to just jump right in this morning to the preface to the book. So, the Course in Miracles is a beginning and not an end. No more specific lessons are assigned, for there is no more need of them. Henceforth, hear but the voice for God. He will direct your efforts, telling you exactly what to do, how to direct your mind, and when to come to Him in silence, asking for His sure direction and His certain word. And what the Course does, it makes a fundamental distinction between the real and the unreal, between knowledge and perception. Knowledge is truth under one law, the law of love or God. Truth is unalterable, eternal, and unambiguous. It can be unrecognized, but it cannot be changed. It applies to everything that God created, and only what He created is real. It is beyond learning because it is beyond time and process. It has no opposite, no beginning, and no end. Truth merely is. And we all know, as human beings, what the truth feels like. It feels solid. It feels right. When we hear the truth, it resonates with us. It makes us feel in line with something higher than ourselves. It's hard to explain. We can't really explain the truth, but it's a knowing, and it's always there. You know, it's always there, the truth. And another word for truth is light or love. It's all this energy that is just a solid energy that's there kind of in the background, at least for me, all the time. And you can always tell when someone's telling you the truth or not. You can feel it. There's a definite feeling about it. So knowing the truth of who we are is a solidity of who we are. It's a powerful feeling, the truth of who we are, as opposed to, who we are not, which is when we identify with things that aren't the truth. Like, I am Sarah, I am let's just say I'm a tree surgeon. That's not the truth of who I am. That's not the truth of who I am, a tree surgeon. Well, who am I? I am light and I am love. Tree surgeon is just a role that I am, that I do. So it's something that I do. So the truth is really spoken about here. The world of perception, which is the world that we live in, on the other hand, is a world of time, of change, of beginnings, and of endings. So it's based on interpretation, but not on facts. It's the world of birth and death, founded on the belief in scarcity, loss, separation, and death. It is learned rather than given, selective in its perceptual emphasis, unstable in its functioning, and inaccurate in its interpretations. So that's the world of perception, and that's the world that we all live in. From knowledge and perception, respectively, two distinct thought systems arise, which are opposite in every respect. In the realm of knowledge, no thoughts exist apart from God, because God and His creation share one will. The world of perception, however, which is the world that we have made, that we all live in, is made by the belief in opposites and separate wills, in perpetual conflict with each other and with God. What perception sees and hears appears to be real, because it permits into awareness only what conforms to the wishes of the perceiver. This leads to the world of illusion, a world which needs constant defense, precisely because it is not real. So, when you have been caught in the world of perception, you are caught in a dream. You cannot escape without help, because everything your senses show merely witnesses to the reality of the dream. God has provided the answer, and the only way out, the true helper. It is His function, it is the function of His voice, His Holy Spirit, to mediate between these two worlds of perception and knowledge. He can do this because while on the one hand He knows the truth, on the other He also recognizes our illusions, but without believing in them. The role of the Holy Spirit is to help us escape from the dream world by teaching us how to reverse our thinking and unlearn our mistakes. And basically, that is what will set us all free. Forgiveness is the Holy Spirit's great learning aid in bringing this thought reversal about. However, the Course has its own definition of what forgiveness really is, just as it defines the world in its own way. So the world we see merely reflects our own eternal frame of reference, the dominant ideas, wishes, and emotions in our minds. Projection makes perception. We look inside first, decide the kind of world we want to see, and then we project that world outside, making it the truth as we see it, all individually. We all do this individually, so we basically, all of us, live in our own separate worlds of perception. I mean, have you ever seen something happen and then someone says it happened this way and it happened that way? So we all see things so differently. We make it true by our interpretations of what it is we are seeing. If we are using perception to justify our own mistakes, our anger, our impulses to attack, our lack of love in whatever form it may take, we will see a world of evil, destruction, malice, envy, and despair. All this we must learn to forgive. And to forgive is a different definition of forgiveness than the one we all think in this course. But we'll get into that later. Not because we are being good and charitable, but because what we are seeing is not true. We've distorted the world by our twisted defenses, and are therefore seeing what is not there. As we learn to recognize our perceptual errors, we also learn to look past them or forgive. At the same time we are forgiving ourselves, looking past our distorted self-concepts to the self that God created in us and as us. So forgiveness here is about correcting the way that we think and not believing, and coming to a point where we start to think with God. So instead of believing the perceptions, we join with God and we join with everybody else in the truth and in love and in forgiveness. And sin is defined as a lack of love. Since love is all there is, sin is the sight of the Holy Spirit. Sin in the sight of the Holy Spirit is a mistake to be corrected. And all that sin is a lack of love. And we have to correct it. It's a lack of love rather than an evil to be punished. Our sense of inadequacy, weakness, and incompletion comes from the strong investment in the scarcity principle that governs the whole world of illusions. From that point of view, we seek in others what we feel is wanting in ourselves. That's what we are all doing. We love another in order to get something ourselves. That, in fact, is what passes for love in the dream world. There can be no greater mistake than that, for love is incapable of asking for anything. So, I'm going to stop there and continue in the morning with the rest of the preface. But we talked about a lot today, and I just want to go over sort of what we're doing here and what the preface is saying. So, by joining me on this journey, we're going to forgive, and we're going to love, and we're going to live in the truth of who we really are. We're going to leave this world of illusion, and we're going to live in heaven on earth. That's where this brings you to, because you let go of everything you ever thought and believed in and perceived to be true. And then you enter another world that is the real truth of who you are. It's that feeling of solidity and love and power when you hook up with God and the Holy Spirit, and you really know that you're living in the truth. And how we get there is just little by little by little, and you through the curriculum in here, you just do the lessons, and you start to change your thinking, and you switch over to a whole different way to see the world and to perceive, because perception creates your reality, and when you change your perceptions, you see a whole new world, and it's fantastic. It's filled with light and love and joy and peace. That's what this world should be for everybody. We don't need to suffer, and we don't need to be in pain. We can choose a different way. We can choose a different way to live. We were meant to live happy and joyous. And we don't need to believe that pain and suffering is the way to be on this earth, and then we die. God meant for us to be happy and to be joyous and to really, really live our lives here on earth in heaven. So, that's it for today. That's all I'm getting. So, I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully this is making some kind of sense. I think tomorrow we'll just dive in after I read a little bit more of the preface, and we'll start the lessons. Okay? Take care, everybody. God bless, and have a wonderful day. Intend to have a wonderful day, because we are the masters of our universe, and all thoughts are powerful. So think good thoughts and create a good day, because you are the creator. Take care.